这个世界会好的。大家好，我是港推大叔，欢迎订阅我的 YouTube 频道。
Okay, let's review the feedback from the website. I think, as an exchange student, 13 or 14, they both from I think it's very good quality student, good quality school or international school in China, right? And let's say the review feedback. Someone said, normal said, of all the things I would want to prepare kids for one. Yes, I don't think so. Maybe this is a very little quarrel, right? This is not it. Sadie said, no, I can't even imagine how that poor family is. I think when the students' parents heard this message, they were shocked, right? And very pain. Norma said, it's tragic, yeah. They said a teenage Chinese girl has been, yes, and her fellow student arrested after a stabbing at their host family's home. Yes, I think, as an international student, they go to Australia to traveling or learn the new knowledge, and they want to know more customer from the local or native English speaker, right? They want to enhance the English speaker level and want to experience the Australian life. But the tragedy, I think, will affect the two families. Which said they tried to get more, but out of the police, but her car was too fast, got away. But seriously, this story is whack. What's the meaning? Someone said, right, looks like they only got there in late July. Yes, they got there just a few days ago and were due to leave in mid-August. Yes, they will leave in 16 August, only 2 or 3 week trip, and they were only a week in absolutely wide. Yes, I think this event has give some shocked in the neighbor circle or local community, right? Apart said, call me one reason to let you get away with that awful comment. P2X said she was driving in her car. Why? Driving, right? Speed too fast. She thought she was drunk. I don't think 13 or 14 students can driving, but yeah, what a shocking thing for all concerned. Really? She turned and said, this is absolutely right. What's obviously terrible for poor girl and her family, but also how terrible for the host family. Yes, I think host family is not lucky this time. And let's continue to see the feedback. Note, what do you expect when you agree to some exchange kids? Seems people are misunderstanding my comment. I read this article and yes, understand that the perpetrator was also an exchange student. I'm just saying it would be a crazy experience for the host family and to have two students do this in your house. Yes, you're right. But normally the host family, they are very cuddly and take care of the exchange student or people. But I think this is very very tiny event in the whole international student trip, right? Cindy said, as a teen, my family hosted twice, once for my old brother, once for my younger sister. Classic middle child missed out, and both times they were so quiet and really nice to have around. What a wide experience, so awful and or every end of telephone. Alex said, we had a little French and it was great. He insisted on making dinner one of his last night. This the man was greeted courage and okay. This man said, my grandparents polluted a Japanese teen from Tokyo. He kept going and sitting outside at night, and my grandfather was wild. He hated it there. He had a talk with him and brought it up, and the student said, no, I love it here. I've just never seen the stars before. Ah, yes. Ruth said, similar for Japanese case we had. He was very nice and polite and quiet to the point of it being difficult to know if he was having fun or if there was anything he needed. I do think he had a good time, and he was amazed by to see the possums and wildlife. Yeah. I know, the most of them, the most of teenagers, the most of exchange students, they are very polite and kindness. Don't worry, the most of, Australians, they live in a very big house, some of the students, they from the city, down city, and they live in down city, and they cannot see the star. Especially they live in, a very high building. He said, when I was kids, we American, yes, who's an exchange student Germany for a summer. 30 years later, he's still super close with my family. She still calls my parents, mom and dad, and we've all visited each other over the years. It was such a great experience. I guess I never thought about the trust her parents put in mind. Yes. So most of them think exchange students is very good, right? Classic Fastic said, agree. We used to host Japanese students back in the 19th. 1 year we hosted 2 at the same time. They hardly knew each other either and weren't buddy like you might expect. It was difficult. Yes. If if the 2 students they are not adult, they can control their mind, right? They maybe misunderstand students' thinking. I think some life customer, some I don't know. Sometimes you cannot imagine this age students, mind. What's their mind conditions? I don't know. Lewis said, I was, when I did a Japan trip with a girl, a grade older than me. We hardly knew each other, but the school had been good in having us get to know each other prior as a group. We were the first ones going overseas as part of school, so we got straight on how to cat. Okay. Yes, did they know they were being hosted with another kid? I don't know. I can fully understand why they might not get along if they weren't taught. I can say something like sibling rivalry happening, even if they were strangers. You're kind of sharing the experience, attention, and mind with someone else. Also, just because you are from the same country doesn't mean you automatically will get along with that person. Yes, you're right. Yes, someone they have wide temper. I don't know. They are just young people with different perspectives, and they might want to get different things out of their trip. Yes, I think they will have different viewpoints. I said words cannot describe the trauma of everyone involved and their family. Yes, I think their family will have a long time to, rebank. Mini9 Point said, agreed. Imagine being either of these girls' parents and getting a phone call from Australia. Imagine, that's what I was thinking about earlier. You send your kids off, or what is supposed to be the adventure of a lifetime. You have to just trust that they will be safe. To have them be killed is truly the worst outcome. Yes. I think this is accident, right? Accident. Imagine said there is a different but also devastating outcome in discovering your child has murdered someone. Really complicated grief. Corinne said they were both students at a host home. They were both on the same program, yes. But they have no both. I don't think they have a both win point, right? Jenny said people need to read the article. It was one overseas student stabbing another overseas student. Neither is the daughter of the host family. No, yes, you're right. Polly wrote the headline. The Blue said the host mother confronted the student about the student's always sleeping all day and studying at night, not interacting with the host family at all. And the student reported to police she didn't feel safe. Really? The student's mother had falsely said they had no friends or family in the area and the program correctly had no available hosts. So the police removed the student and brought her play back to Hong Kong. This is another thing, right? This is another thing. Okay. Jay said, I don't think people really understand the level of difficulty associated with moving overseas as an exchange student. This is shocking, of course. But even with adjusted kids and young adults struggle with total immersion into another country. Okay, let's talk. Toba said they were too young to be sent abroad by themselves without their parents. This is maybe another reason they were hurt. Okay. So next part I will analyze why these two girls they have a accident. I want to call this thing accident.